Hey, it's BessieLB and I am back again with another product review. Today we're going to be discussing beauty. I am here to talk about Rihanna's Fenty Beauty line. I bought this back in the beginning of January, ending of December, when I was able to go to Sephora, when I was back at home, and I was like, you know what? I gotta try this Fenty Beauty. I've tried out Kylie's Skin, and now I finally have the opportunity to try Fenty Beauty's skincare. So there was a few options that she had. She has the like overnight cream that you put on your face. She has the face wash, and then she has the 2-in-1 face serum and toner together, and then she has the face moisturizer for the day with the sunscreen SPF protection. So I didn't get the face wash just because I like to use a lot of natural products, and I know that Rihanna says that her products are sourced from really natural and really good resources, but I personally use pure black soap on my face just because I feel like it really works out better. I get the actual, not guys, let me tell you about that. Please don't think that buying the generic black soap that says African black soap with like the black label and like the red and yellow and green or whatever stripes and stuff, that's not actually pure black soap. And growing up, I thought that it was, and as I got older, I was able to educate myself. I go to an actual African shop that's here in LA. And then there's an Indian shop here in LA as well. And they sell those kind of things. They sell pure soaps, pure body oils, things of that nature. Try to get your black soap from there. It's a pure black soap that looks brown basically. And the hues shift. But anyways, I get that and I wash my face with that. It is pretty strong and it works, but for me, I have a little bit of sensitive skin, but it works well. I wash it. I don't need to let it set in. I wash it and I'm able to take it off right away. That's what I use for my face wash. So I did not get her face wash. However, I did get her serum with the toner, and then I got her moisturizer with the SPF. So I'm here to talk about those two things. So here is the serum with the toner. As you can see, I use it, and it's so cool, guys, because this is a 5 ounce, and I've been using this whole entire tube since the beginning of January. Okay, we're now in what, April? So this has lasted me for 4 months, and as you can see, I've only used half of the bottle. Half of the bottle. And let me tell you something. Sometimes I'm a little heavy-handed. Sometimes I squirt it out and it's a little too much, so I have to kind of like really get it in. And then sometimes I use just enough, but either way, I'm still ending up with half of the bottle, and it's been 4 months, okay? 4 months and half of the bottle. So I'm assuming this may get me another couple of months. May not be 4 months, but maybe, who knows? So the way that you apply this is that there's the cap here, and you twist it, and then like the hole opens, and then like you squeeze it out, and then it'll put on your hand. The only thing that I do not love about this applicator per se is that when you squeeze it and it runs out, it doesn't go directly into the palm of your hand. It runs on down the lid there, and then you feel like you're constantly wiping off the lid, trying to like get like the little bit that's running out. And I feel like sometimes that's why I have too much product, because you're squeezing, trying to get it to go straight, but then it squeezes out to the side, versus if there wasn't this big circumference here, and I think we were just working with that tiny little area, it'd make it easier to kind of control where it drips. I know it sounds weird, but unless you have the product and you're squeezing it out, you'll know what I mean. So that's my only downfall that I do not like about the actual bottle, is that this diameter is too big and it needs to be more smaller so it can just be a direct shoot on your hand, and I'm not squeezing out excess like product out of the bottle. Now let's talk about how it works. It is called fat water, which is for pure a pore refining toner serum and a serum in a toner. So a pore refining toner serum, sorry. So it's a toner and a serum in one. Her thing was to go eco-friendly, not needing to use cotton swabs. I love it. It is like a water substance, right? So when you put it on, it's a little tiny bit thick like a gel, but it really dissolves nicely into like a water substance, and you put it on your face and you can feel how it is a toner, but you could feel that little bit of oil base that may be inside of there for it to be a serum. It says instant refines the pores, reduces the look of dark spots, even skin tone, fights shine without stripping skin. Okay, so it isn't like that standard. I guess some people say you shouldn't use witch hazel. I'm not gonna lie to you, I do use witch hazel sometimes when I really do feel like I had a long day and I feel like my face was a bit much at night. Sometimes I will use my Thyre's witch hazel because I do love their products as well, and I'll get a cotton swab and I'll use it just to feel like I can get that extra layer of gunk out. That's just me, but mainly this whole entire time I've been using this one. So there's that. She do suggest that you can use this at night and in the daytime, so you can use this twice a day. It does have a little witch hazel inside of it, guys, so some people say don't use witch hazel, some people do. There is a little bit of witch hazel inside of this, and then there's other really nice fruit extracts and herbs and things of that nature that's inside of this. It's just that it's allowing you to do 2-in-1, so you don't have to use a cotton swab and then put a serum, okay? So she's basically adding both in there. I do love the way that it feels. I do feel like it goes in nicely. It does take a few minutes, I feel like, to really sink within the skin, and then after that I'll do like the little eye serum cream that I have that is not by Rihanna, because I don't believe that she has an eye cream, or maybe she just came out with one, I'm not sure, but there wasn't one when I first went and got these products. So I usually do that. I'll wash my face and then I'll put this on and give it that time to sink in within your skin, and I put my eye cream on as well, and then I go on ahead and I brush my teeth. I know it sounds crazy, but if I feel like I have a regimen and a like step-by-step situation, then it can allow to like sink in more. So then I'll brush my teeth or whatever the case may be, floss, mouthwash, all this stuff. And then by then, all of it's sunk into my skin. I got time to then hit it with this. Now this you use during the day, okay? She does have the overnight cream that I was saying, but this is the daytime SPF and skin moisturizer. If you're putting this on at night, it's a complete waste in a sense of it has SPF in it and you're not needing SPF at night. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all, right? So I would recommend probably getting her overnight cream and see how that works. For me personally, I did not purchase it because I like to feel like my skin is being nourished and really layered with the natural oils at night. I use a rose hip oil at night, or if I'm having cystic acne breakout, which I am right now, I'm having that issue right now, I like to do my tea tree oil, okay? So I use oils at night and it helps moisturize my skin, but it also helps with some of the blemishes and the acne breakout that I may get. So I do not really use heavy moisturizers at night because the oils that I use is perfect for that. So this is great for the daytime. I do love this, okay? I do love the applicator on this because, as you can see, it's flush up against the surface here, and all you have to do is just twist the bottom and it'll pop right up, okay? So that's all you got to do is twist the bottom. Now, when you want to get a refill, you keep this base, and she sells the refills separately. So for those of you that did not know, you don't have to go and get this whole entire starter kit from the beginning. You just only need to keep this, go and get one of these. They'll sell it separately, and I can't remember if it's the same. I think it's the same price with or without this thing. I feel like because we're keeping this, it should be a little cheaper, but I think it was the same price. I'm not certain. And then you got this, and it tells you all the ingredients that's on here, and it tells you directions. It says apply liberally 15 minutes before sun exposure. Use water-resistant sunscreen if swimming or sweating. Reapply at least every 2 hours. I do not apply this every 2 hours. I do it the one time from washing my face in the morning, and I definitely feel like it lasts for me, and I feel like it works for me. But if you're somebody that burns easily or feel like you need to do that, then by all means do that. I only do it the one time a day in the morning when I'm getting ready, and it works well. Now, what I do love about this is that I love this a lot because it is creamy. It's not super thick, but it's a nice cream. And when you take it out, it's like a nice little pink hue. The way that I like to do it is I like to just squirt one pump, and then I squirt a half of pump. So a pump and a half. Because I know it sounds crazy, but when you do 2 full pumps of this, I feel like it's a lot. And I have a perfectly round face, right? Like my head and my face isn't huge, but it isn't small either. But that's just enough to cover the circumference of your face and, you know, getting up into the neckline and stuff like that. So 1.5 pumps is perfect for this. I honestly thought I was going to have to refill this. I mean, unfortunately, I guess you can kind of see in the light. I think I'm about here left, and I think it was up there. So you can kind of see where you are with the cream and see how much you have left. But a little goes a long way with this, and I've had this at the same time that I had the toner and the serum. So all in all, these aren't inexpensive, okay? These damn things are definitely like 30-something dollars a pop. However, I do feel like it's good. I feel like it does help and it does work. I feel like you ultimately need to get a facial in order to dig out the problematic things that you've already had before you start a new skincare regimen. That's just a given, okay? You need to get a facial in order to get all of that out for those products to work deeper within the pores. Now, for me, I don't normally get a lot of pimples on my face, but I'll get the cystic acne in the cheek area during my menstrual, or just sometimes whenever it decides that I want to. I mainly get it on this right side, but sometimes I'll get it on the left side. But when you get closer into my face, I have a little bit of pore issues here, and I have blackheads that's within the sides of my face and on my cheeks. I get a lot of blackheads in the cheek area. I'll get blackheads underneath here. You know, some of us got that thing. If you kind of go like that, you can see those dark marks and the like breakouts that may come out there. I'll get a little bit on my nose, but mainly my cheek area is the problem for me, okay? So I have to start getting facials in order to get that already out of my face for these products to really penetrate and do even more that I'm sure that it can do. However, it has worked. It does prevent more breakouts happening and all this other stuff. So I do think that the product is worthwhile. It definitely caters to sensitive skin. I haven't had a weird reaction, burning or itching or anything of that nature. I may buy her overnight cream just to see if there's a big difference between that and then the oils that I use. And then I may try her face wash just to see, because sometimes you do need to switch out your regimen. But other than that, I do love it. Now, I'm going to throw this in there because I already did a review on Kylie's products, which I'm going to link within this video at the end for you YouTubers that's on here. And if you're watching this on Instagram for IGTV, you can just go back to my product reviews and you can watch the review that I did on Kylie's cosmetics, okay? And for Facebook, the same thing. But I am going to compare the SPF and moisturizer with Kylie's SPF and moisturizer just in this video so you can kind of get the idea. If I had to choose, it's really hard. If I had to choose which one is my favorite, it's hard. I go back and forth between the two. Sometimes I've mainly been using Rihanna's because I really want to stick with using all her products together so I can really be able to evaluate it. And every now and again, I've used a little bit of Kylie's. What I like about Kylie's looks a little more shiny. It gives you a little bit more of a shine. It doesn't make your face all greasy, but it kind of layers on with a thin shine. And like I said, you can go and check out that review that I already did on this. And it's a thin layer, and then eventually it sinks within your skin, and you feel like it is some of it left on top of your skin to help protect that SPF, right? With Rihanna's, hers is more of a cream. And so it goes in well like a moisturizer. Nothing is left laying on top of the skin. So I can only hope that it really is working as a SPF boundary protector, because that's what it says that it's doing. But with Kylie's, I kind of get that little bit of SPF protector layer on my skin that's still on top as well as it penetrating. So I know that it's definitely kind of like still there, but I think they both lay in nice and evenly. Kylie's is a clear substance, and you can get just a small hint of the SPF within Kylie's. With Rihanna's, hers has a little bit of a fragrance, so you don't really smell that SPF effect within Rihanna's, but it says that it is SPF and that it is a moisturizer. So Rihanna says it's 30 SPF sunscreen, and Kylie's says it's a 40 SPF sunscreen. So if you're wanting more protection, you would probably go with Kylie's. If you're not caring that much and you're like, well, 30 is good enough, then you can go with Rihanna's. I think that's the reason why Kylie's kind of has that extra 10 up of like layering on the skin, but it gives it that nice dewy looking glow, not that nasty shiny greasy looking glow. And then Rihanna's is more of a moisturizer base, I feel like, and so I guess the SPF is just blending in and kind of seeping within the skin and maybe causing, you know, that layer to protect. So I would still buy both, and I feel like I would wear them on different days. I feel like I used Rihanna's the other day before I put on my foundation, and it kept my makeup from not getting super oily and blotchy looking and things of that nature. I did use Kylie's before too, and I feel like hers protect too underneath the makeup as well. So I can't tell you whose I like better, but I would say that I would need to keep both in my collection, because I feel like on those days that I'm not caring about makeup, not caring about anything, but I want that nice little dewy shine, I go for Kylie's. If I'm going to do all this other stuff after the fact, I will use Rihanna's, because hers is more of a moisturizer and more of a cream base, and hers is more a little bit like an oily base, but it's not oily, if that makes any sense. So that is my honest review on these products. I like them. I think both ladies spent a lot of time going in and really thinking about what they needed to do for their clientele and what they needed to do for them, because I'm sure they use their products as well. So I would highly recommend to try Rihanna's products, see if it does anything for you. I feel like it has helped, you know, keep things at bay for me. And that is my honest review.